I so often get the question, how do I start a business? I have no money and time. Or how do I start a business? I've got no money for resources. But what if I told you that there has never been a better time in human history to start a business without huge investments at the start? And what if I told you that all of us who are looking to start a business from the ground up, or maybe you've got a business and you want to scale, have been looking at this all wrong, okay? Over the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you why starting out without money and resources is probably the best position that you could be in. And I'm going to explain why. This, my friends, is going to be your secret weapon to building something spectacular. Guys, my name is Jen McKnight, and I'm the founder of Business with Confidence, host of the Mind Being podcast, and I've helped global businesses scale as well as build multiple businesses of my own from the ground up over the past 16 years. And if there's one thing that I can say that is truly spectacular when you're just starting out, is that you're in the best position yet, because you have a certain mindset and way of thinking that's going to aid your business growth and success. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to help you understand where you're at in your business and what step to take next. So what I often see, which is very overwhelming for a lot of you that are either wanting to do your own thing or you've been running your own thing and you want to grow, is that we tend to look at very successful big businesses and entrepreneurs online. Now, the problem that I have with that is that we're looking at chapter 20. You, my friend, are at chapter 1 or 5 or 10, okay? So you've got to understand the steps that you need to take based on where your business is at right now. So you're not going to need, for example, a team of 30 people, an HR department, a whole marketing department, if you're just starting out. So we've got to understand, number one, where you're at this point in time. But the one thing that I do want to touch on is that in the position that you're in now, the early chapters of your success story and your dream business book means that you have what I call broke mentality. Now, broke mentality is when you are your most resourceful, when you are your most creative in your business. Because being an entrepreneur is a series of problem solving situations, okay? And exercising that muscle, because it is a muscle, it's a way of thinking, and your brain is a muscle that you can teach to develop, will only mean that you will be a phenomenal entrepreneur down the line. Okay, so what I mean by that is that when you're just starting out, you tend to be a lot more resourceful and make things happen with very limited resources versus very big companies, which I see that tend to scale and they've grown to a certain level on a global level as well. They start to throw money at problems because they have more available and they lose the broke mentality. And then what happens is we don't see the cracks in the business or the holes in the bucket, and we keep throwing more money at problems hoping it will resolve when we're not understanding or seeing the problem at its root cause. Okay, so you are in a great position. You are much more resourceful than you think, and here are a few ways that you can grow and scale your business or even start with the limited resources that you have. Number one, focus on spending your money for things that you need in your business and not what you want. So forget spending thousands of dollars on beautiful websites and logos and design and spending all your time, which is a resource on that as well. I want you to focus your budget or anything that you are going to drive towards building your business on the things that are going to move that needle. Marketing, sales, networking, those things are what matter, not the frillies which we love to get lost in because we're creative. Here's what you do need at this point. You need to have a business idea where you have a customer that's ready and willing to buy, and you know exactly how you are going to add value through your offer. Okay? You need to make sure that there's a market big enough to validate that idea and that people are actually willing to pay for what you're offering. Now, you can essentially pre-sell your product or your service or your offering before you've put any money into your business. That pre-sale will fund your production or whatever you have to pull together. Maybe you're an events manager, so you need budget for that. Okay, so you can even sell before putting in a dime so that you don't end up putting a dime into your business. And then when you start to scale and you go from $1,000 months to $5,000 to $10,000, that's when you have more resources that you can allocate, and you can build teams, and you can put more into marketing and everything else. Okay, now if you're asking yourself, should I quit my full-time job so that I have time to do this? No, I highly advise against this. Okay, now unless you have pre-negotiated contracts that are very big, like I did with my PR business, I had the first project alone would give me enough money to survive for a year, which is an anomaly. It's unheard of. I would recommend that you stay with your job, and here's why. Your 9 to 5 job is going to fund your business. Okay, businesses are not built by single people. They are built by teams, and you cannot do this alone. In the beginning, you will be wearing many hats, but the sooner you can outsource to a virtual assistant or a marketing assistant or whoever you can that you need in your business, the better, because it will let you stop working in your business and hustling and working 24/7 and burning out to be able to work on your business, where all you're doing is problem solving, delegating, and driving the vision of your business. So the one thing that I did as an example is I asked for a promotion at work. I said to them, what more can I do? I know that I need to take X amount more home so that I can fund the business every month. That money, the extra money that I'm asking for, will go straight to building the business. So you do need to invest something, okay? And if you are just starting out and you don't have a full-time job, maybe you're a freelancer, take on more work in the interims that you can fund your business and get the help that you need. Do you know that 33% of people who stick with their 9 to 5s have much more chance of succeeding in their business than those that leave their full-time job? Leaving your full-time job is going to put unnecessary pressure on you and on your business, and that's not good for any business. So do not quit your job. Make sure that you stick with the job or find extra work that will allow you to put some funds into building your business. You see, most people look at what they see online and want to get to that level now, when in reality, building a business means a long-term commitment. So you're in this for the long haul, 3 to 5 years. Okay, so make sure it's something that you're passionate about and really lights you up inside, but it's a long-term commitment, and it's daily incremental gains. So asking yourself, what does the business need, and having a long-term vision is really important. So you might say, for the first whole year, I'm going to continue with my 9 to 5. I'm going to work in my spare time, and I'm going to ask for a promotion or additional budget so that I can allocate that to a VA, virtual assistant, or marketing budget, or whatever you need in that business. Okay, so you're in this for the long haul. You need to be patient. It's a journey, and you need to enjoy that journey and have fun with it. Okay, it's not all or nothing. If the first launch doesn't work, you're out and this isn't for you. Enjoy the journey. It's spectacular. Now, I know how you feel. It's daunting. It's overwhelming. You're scared that you fail. You've got a full-time job and families or friends and a social life, and you want to go to gym and keep to your health goals. I know how busy we all are, and I do have a whole episode for you on how to balance that whilst building your business, okay? Because if you are running your 9 to 5, you will have to work in your spare hours to build that business. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing. You will need to spend a disproportionate amount of time if you want something to be great, okay? It does not mean you have to sacrifice your life, and it does not mean that you will hit burnout. So you can manage it whilst having a personal life and holding those things that you love so dearly that are close to your heart, like your family and your friends and connection with people. You can keep that while building your business. But it does take discipline, and it does take thinking differently as to how you manage things and manage your time. Click in the resources. I have an entire episode on it to show you how to counterbalance. Okay. Then the last step is that you, my friend, need to be resourceful. That is the beauty of broke mentality. Okay. You have much more resources in your favor than what you know. So I want you to write down on a page, who could you tap into? Colleagues, friends, people you know that's friends with someone you know that has a skill set that you want to use. Think about who you have as resources that will help you in your business without a cost. Now, you might network. You might host a dinner party for people and get them on board and excited about your business's vision. So you can lure people into your vision. You want to be part of it just for the sake of it without charging you. So you've got to push yourself. Don't settle for the easy and think that throwing money at things is going to make it easier. Trust me, it doesn't. You have to be resourceful. Think about colleagues that you've helped in the past and that you can ask to help you. Think about friends. I have a friend who's a brilliant art director and very high level in her industry, probably one of the best in the country. And she helped me design everything that I needed for Mindbean without a cent because she's my friend. So think about who you can work with. Think about brands you can collaborate with. Maybe you need camera equipment. Tell that company that you will advertise and give your customers awareness about that beautiful camera or the equipment or the brand that they have in exchange for allowing them to use their cameras. So do trade exchanges. It doesn't always have to be a monetary value for something else. Be resourceful. You have a lot of resources already. And also, you have Google. Guys, Google has endless resources. It has never been easier in human history to launch a business without the extortionate costs, okay? You can source free videos on how-tos. You've got YouTube, you've got social media, you've got webinars you can join. You've got platforms like Upwork, which have virtual assistants, which are highly skilled people from all over the world that you can pay a monetary value on a freelance basis to help you do what you need to. Why? Because you know what I've learned, and it's been the hardest lesson I've learned. Working with the wrong people or trying to do everything for myself only gives you burnout. That's what sticks. And it doesn't work. You literally throw money down the drain. So be resourceful, network, understand who you have in your life right now that can help you, or how you can be clever about negotiating with brands or companies that you need their service and maybe you can give something in exchange. If there's one thing that I've learned throughout this entire process is that I don't know everything. And I've stopped claiming to know everything. I am still learning every single day despite my experience and knowledge that I've had over the past 16 years. And I've learned that there are people that know more than me. So for me, realizing that business is not about solopreneurs, businesses are built by teams, and the faster I can be resourceful and earn extra money to allocate to either an assistant if I'm just starting out or a virtual assistant, the better, or specialists, freelancers on Upwork, okay? So there's various things you can do to find the right people to get you going. And in the early phases, it's affordable. You don't need a huge team, but you do need to understand who's critical in your team, who has skills that you don't have, who has skills that are necessary to get your business going. Find the right people. It's critical. And as you grow, then you can scale to bigger teams. You know, early in the beginning, what I like to use a term that I think is quite brilliant is people or your team in the very early stages of your business are like Swiss Army knives. They wear many hats that can do multiple functions. Then as your business grows and you have more resources and money in the business to fund teams, that's when you start to hire specialized roles and people in your business to take it to the next level. So it happens in phases. Remember, incremental gains. You are here, you're not going to go to there overnight. You don't need a team of 20, 30 people, you're here. You need a virtual assistant or somebody that's a freelancer that can plug in. Then you get to that step. Then you get to that step. And then you take the next. It's incremental. Do what's right for your business right now. But trust me when I say broke mentality is a blessing, my friend. And when your business scales, don't ever lose it. Keep that broke mentality and make sure that you get return for every single buck spent. The last step, which is super important if you are wanting to grow your business. Maybe you've had a side hustle for a year and you're not earning enough to leave your 9 to 5, but you can't find more time. Or maybe you're just starting out and you're nervous and that confidence isn't there yet. Then the last step is for you. And that is to make sure that your business model is profitable, that you have the right price. Okay. Your business, and this is what's crazy, your business will only grow to the extent that you grow. And why I say that is because if your thermostat for price and self-worth and everything else is set at a certain level, and your earning potential and mindset is set at a certain level, you will never succeed that and go higher and higher and have a very profitable business. So the key is to start in your inner world. Now, I love to describe it as a tree, okay? If you want bigger fruit or flowers on your tree tomorrow, you're not going to wait for sunnier days and better weather and some water. You're going to nourish the roots of your tree first. And that's what we're going to do right now. So how many of you have tweaked your price to be cheaper because you're worried people won't buy that? How many of you have said to yourself, who am I to charge that amount for my service? Nobody's going to pay for this. Oh my gosh, let me make it cheaper. Let me tell you this. It is just as hard to sell a cheap product as it is an expensive one. Okay, so not charging enough is not only doing yourself an injustice, but it's doing an injustice to those who actually need your gift the most. Because you need money in your business as the fuel to keep your business going, to sustain your business and to scale and grow your business. If you are not charging the right price, especially if you have a product-based business and your margins aren't there, you're never going to be able to scale. You're going to feel defeated and deflated, and you're not going to experience that financial freedom that you're looking for in your business. So think about your pricing and make sure that you are charging the right price. Now, let's go inward for a second. How many of you have a certain belief about money? Okay. Beliefs are what I call the lenses that you see the world in. So when we're born, call it a blank canvas, okay? We don't have any learnings or inherent beliefs that drive our decisions and the way that we live in the world. Now, as you grow older, your experiences, people you interact with, people who have authority in your life, like teachers and parents, all form beliefs that you inherently believe to be true, okay? But a belief is just a belief. It's a rule we live by, and it's not necessarily true. So how many of you have heard money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy, right? If you believe that, you are never going to earn money, because subconsciously you're going to think that you will become a greedy person if you become wealthy, okay? Or if you don't feel good enough that you are worthy of money and receiving, your thermostat is going to stay here. And it's almost as if, let's say you want to heat up the room and it's freezing outside, and you turn up the thermostat because you want it to be toasty. Now your thermostat is set here. It's going to heat up the room, and when it hits that level, it's going to cut so that it maintains that level. So you never really get to the toasty phase. Now that, my friends, is the same with your earning potential. You see, lack of money is never a problem. Lack of money is a result of what's happening internally in your inner world. Think about this for a moment. When you have a lotto winner, okay, many of them are bankrupt within the first year of winning that money. Why? Because they have inner beliefs about money that limit them from earning that money in the first place. They're not used to it. If you look at Donald Trump, he lost billions, and within a year he had made the same, if not more than that. Why? Because his thermostat was set up here. So understand what your resistance is towards charging a higher price, and I want you to overcome that. I want you to look for evidence as to why you have the experience and the knowledge to offer that price and to help people to solve their problem. So raise your level of tolerance, raise that thermostat, and realize that you will only earn as much as you set the level of that thermostat. So profitability and price in your business is critical if you want to have money and resources to scale. Stop doing things for free all the time. Stop giving too much and not charging enough. Increase your prices. Put them at the level that will help you serve your customers better in the long term. And with that, my friends, I say well done. Thank you for watching. Keep that broke mentality. You are much more resourceful than you think. Get creative, flex that brain muscle, and become resourceful. And I will see you soon.